In this video, I'll be answering the question, how much do small businesses spend on marketing? Hey, it's Tobey here from Training Business Pros. Thanks for joining me. If you stick around to the end of this video, you'll have a very clear understanding of what you should be spending and exactly where you should be spending it. I've been in the marketing business a long time and I've helped a lot of companies make a lot of money. And so you're going to want to pay attention to these 5 things. And again, stick around to the end because without the entire formula, you're going to be missing out. Right, so how much do small businesses spend on marketing? Well, I've got 5 areas that you need to spend money. And by need, I mean to say, these are the areas that you want to be spending money. Let's start with number 1. The first thing you need to do is invest in a marketing course. Now, I totally get that you just want to go spend some advertising dollars and go get some business. But it doesn't really work like that because you don't actually know if you're making good decisions. In fact, even if you take consulting advice from somebody like me, do you honestly know and understand the language that I'm speaking? Do you know what SEO, SEM, UXO, UXI, LMS, CRM, do you know what all of these terms mean? And do you understand how much or what you should be investing in those areas? So it's really important that you educate yourself. Even if you don't want to do your own marketing, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you can have a healthy conversation with the people that you're hiring so that you know what they're doing and you can make proper decisions. So that's absolutely the best money you'll ever spend. In fact, an investment in yourself is the greatest investment you'll ever make. How much should you be investing in a marketing course? I'm going to say between $500 and $5,000. I've actually spent a lot more than that in my own marketing knowledge over the years, but it's a good start if you want to start with that. Now, if you want to do something for free, head on over to trainingbusinesspros.com, click the free marketing course button, and we'll get you started. It's a great course. I highly recommend that you go there and take that. All right, number 2, you're going to need a website and you're going to need a Google business listing. Now, a website in and of itself is not a marketing plan, but it is the landing zone when people want to check you out. Landing zone meaning you're sending people from social media, you're sending people from advertising, they're finding you in your Google business listing, they're eventually going to make their way to your website. So focus on your core services and specific outcomes. In fact, if you do this specific thing, then what do you actually get if you do that? If you're selling a product, then of course you want to showcase that product and all the things that it does and the problems that it solves. So a website is an important thing because that's where people will eventually make their way, learn about you, and see if they want to do business with you. How much should that cost? I'm going to say in the beginning, just to get a website started, maybe a brochure type website, couple $1,000s. Google Business Listing, on the other hand, is free. So just go to Google and type in Google My Business, and then you can fill out their application and they'll send you a postcard. And then once you're there, you can fill out all the details about your business, business hours, location, all of that. Then Google will send you a postcard to verify the actual address. No, you cannot have a post office box. It actually has to be a physical location. Can it be your home? Yeah, it can be your home. Okay, so website and Google Business Listing. Let's move on to number 3. Here's the best investment in terms of marketing you'll make. Get a CRM, customer relationship management software. Get a software like Groundhog. Go to groundhog.io with 2 G's and check that out. And you'll learn what a CRM is. Basically, I've learned over time and I've helped a lot of people understand that the money is in the list. And the bigger the list of people that you have, the more business that you'll create because people don't buy when you're ready to sell. And of course, as you're communicating with them through this automated CRM, you're going to get to learn a lot about them and you'll stay in front of them because when they make that decision, you want to be there when they're making it. Be in front of them. So short-term nurture, long-term nurture, invest in a CRM. How much will that cost? If you set it up yourself, obviously the cost is free, but you'll need the software. Groundhog costs around $400 to $500 a year. Not a huge investment and probably, in my experience, that's where all the money will come from. Because you have to have great communication. If people connect with you, you want to be able to respond and you don't have time personally or manually to respond to everyone. All right, let's move on to number 4. Do you actually have a location? So if you have a storefront or any type of location, an office or whatever, invest in a great sign. You cannot underestimate the value of a good sign. And by a good sign, spend a couple of $1,000s and get yourself a really nice looking modern sign that matches your business. Now, what are you going to put on that sign? That's the name of your business, but try to be careful. When you name your business something, try to name what it actually does. For example, one of my businesses is called Training Business Pros. We train business professionals. There's a reason why we call it that, because you call it what it is. People look at the name and they go, oh, I understand what that is. If I called my business Tobey and Associates, what does that actually mean? So call it what it is. Here's another example. Once we were in California and we were looking for a breakfast place. We went to the corner and we saw a lineup for one business out the door. The name of the place was The Breakfast Place. Right next to it was the Sunshine Cafe. There wasn't a lineup at the Sunshine Cafe for breakfast, even though they were open. Call it what it is. People recognize, oh, that's The Breakfast Place. They serve breakfast. Sunshine Cafe, we don't really know what they do. We know they have coffee. Is it a great name? So invest in a sign, get a good name for your business, and that'll really go a long way. Okay, so the final point that I want to make is if you really want to jump the queue and you want it to work quickly and you don't necessarily know what to do or how to do it, then you need a marketing consultant. So what does a marketing consultant do? Well, basically, I'm a marketing consultant. I run a marketing agency. And even though some of my clients don't necessarily want me to do marketing for them, they want to know what they should be doing and focusing on for their specific business. So I've helped literally thousands of businesses over the duration of my business, not just training, but actual implementation. And I've seen a lot of different types of niche businesses come across my desk and in and out of my life. And I can tell you that most people are not prepared for what it takes to market successfully. So what does it cost to hire a marketing consultant? Well, in my case, it's typically $4,000 a month. How long do you need me? A couple months? 3 months? Whatever. It's not a huge investment, but I can tell you, in the long run, you're going to save a ton of money in not making the mistakes that a lot of businesses actually make. It's incredible how many mistakes businesses make with their marketing dollars. In fact, just recently, I did a consult with a company who spent $75,000 and got nowhere. In fact, their return on investment was absolutely zero. And now they're hiring me to fix all of that, to give them some advice, write reports on what they should be doing and where they should be spending money. So again, it's money well spent. Do you actually know the mistakes that you're making with your investment in marketing? If you're like most people, probably not so much. And so that's why I recommend these 5 things. Let's review. Number 1, go get some training on good marketing best practices. Maybe some digital marketing is great. Again, I told you to go to trainingbusinesspros.com and check out the free marketing course. Absolutely best place to start. Go and do that. Number 2, get yourself a website and a Google business listing. Number 3, get yourself a CRM, customer relationship management software. If you're running your website on WordPress, then you're going to need Groundhog. That's Groundhog with 2 G's. Go to groundhog.io and check that out. Number 4, if you have a location, get yourself a sign and call your business what it is, what it does. Very important. And then finally, if you really want to push the envelope of what your business is capable of, then you're going to need some type of marketing consultant. If you want to go to trainingbusinesspros.com and book a meeting with me, I'd be really, really happy to do that. My time is free for the first hour, and we'll have a good chat about what your business can possibly do. When it comes to getting more leads and making more sales, I can tell you I've seen a lot of different things over the years, but these days, and for a long time, I've known what actually works. Let's have a conversation.